Hi everybody, sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. It's just been a little bit of a crazy month, but God's been good. A lot of stuff's been happening and got to hang out with a lot of friends, meet new people, hang out with family. It's been good, but at the same time I do have a duty to continue to make videos like this for people, for the kingdom of God. I hope you guys don't mind the noise. It's raining outside. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's just get straight to it. Last video I talked about marriage, and this is kind of part 2 of my marriage series, if you can call it that. I don't know if it'll make it to part 3, who knows. But what I talked about on that video was like the importance of marriage, what to do right, what not to do wrong, and also like how to prepare for it. And I didn't get to dive that much deeper on that part, and that's what this video is for. And take it from me, like, I'm single, not married, probably have no hope for the next few. I'm obviously kidding. Only God willing, but right now, like, take it from me, right now in your season of singleness is the perfect time to prepare for your spouse, and there really couldn't be a better time for it. But the big question is, how can we prepare for that? And that's what we're going to go over today. Now, I know a lot of people might be thinking like, oh, why do I have to prepare for marriage? Like, God will send me my person at the right time. I might as well enjoy life. Yeah, it is very easy to think that God is just wants you to enjoy your life, to just have fun, not worry about anything. I mean, he does want that, but not to the extent that you guys are probably thinking. I once watched this video of George Shenko. If you guys don't know him, he has a podcast. He has a Christian podcast. He's great. This video isn't sponsored by him, or I don't know him personally, but I recommend his channel. He's really great. But he made this video of when he was talking about an experience he had with an atheist, where he was talking crap, essentially. He was in his early days as a Christian, and he was just like, oh, I don't need to change. God will send me the right person at the right time, and only when she comes into my life, maybe then I'll start to change. And the atheist he was talking to at that moment, he basically looked at him. This is basically his words, not mine. He basically looked at him and just said, dude, if I were God, why on earth would I give my daughter to a piece of trash like you? I didn't even relate to George at that moment. I wasn't like that for a time, or maybe I was like that for a time. But even so, that part hit me like a bus. It really did. I guess that means it did, that was me for a time. But I guess that just goes to show how powerful God's conviction really is. He can speak through an atheist. If an atheist is convicting you in your walk with Christ, something's wrong. Big time. Big freaking time. Okay, now my point is, the reason why preparing for your spouse is so important, especially in your season of singleness, is so that your spouse can actually love you and appreciate you a whole lot more than if you were just following Jesus for months or years, but you just refuse to make any changes. You just refuse to think that your habits are bad. You refuse to think that you're an imperfect person, and just oh, it's alright, God forgives me, Jesus died for my sins, I can sin as much as I want. That is not at all the kind of person that a truly godly man or godly woman wants to spend the rest of their life with. Not even close. Okay, so starting off with the husbands, and this is going to be kind of a long one, but stick with me here. So, and I'm going to look at my script for this because this is a long part. So, for the husbands, we have to love our wives as Christ loved the church. As it says in Ephesians 5:25. Yeah, put it here. But what does that mean? Christ gave his life for the church so that we could have eternal life. And basically what that means is, like, because Christ loved the church so much that he gave his own life for the church, that is essentially God's command towards a man to give his life for his wife if she is in danger. Like saying, someone has definitely given this example before, but if someone is pointing a gun at your wife, God literally commands you to stand between your wife and the gun. Like, it goes that far, because that is your duty as a husband, to protect your wife and to protect your family, even if that means giving your own life for it. And you know, you guys, I mean, I don't know, you guys have probably seen a lot of action movies or movies where the guy is just willing to protect the lady, like getting shot at, like what? Yeah, it's kind of like that in some way. But whatever it takes to keep your wife safe and away from danger, even if it means costing your life, you do it, because you are her husband, and that is exactly what God commands you to do. Now, of course, God will protect you both. Like that obviously God's job is to protect you both. But whenever the situation comes, like, you got to be ready. That's all I'm saying. And just FYI, I'm going to be looking at my script because this is a long part. But next part. A husband is also called to provide for his wife. And, like, you have to care for her needs, to satisfy her desires, as long as it aligns with God's will. So, and I do want to clarify this because this is very easy to mix up. But providing for her doesn't always mean money. It doesn't always mean you have to pay like $100+ for her, just for her. Buy her favorite clothes, buy all of her makeup items, like, you know, just money. That's not at all what that means. I mean, of course, money is super important in a world like today. I mean, they just raised the gas prices. These people are freaking greedy. But you can provide for your wife in many other ways than just with money. You know, when your wife is feeling sick and she needs to be taken care of, you call your boss, you take the day off of work and you stay home to take care of her. When she can't reach something at the top of a cupboard or a fridge or top of I don't know, whatever, she's grocery shopping and she can't reach the thing, you walk up to her, and assuming you're taller than your wife, you grab it for her. And if your wife is feeling anxious or scared for whatever reason, you stop whatever you're doing at that moment, you sit down with her, you hold her close, you pray with her, and you tell her that everything's going to be okay, and you will both get through this together. And trust me, not just women, everyone loves that. Everybody does, okay? If they don't, they're dumb. Lastly, a husband is meant to lead his wife as well as his family. And just right off the bat, you must prioritize yours and your wife's relationship with God. Like, full stop, that is the most important thing you can do as a husband. And also just lead your family through difficult times. Whenever they don't understand something about God, whenever they're going through some things, like, guide them, teach them, help them understand the situation. And if you don't understand it yourself, then work with them and just sit down with them, say, hey, I'm going to be honest, I don't have the answers, but I will do whatever I can to find them. And God is with us. You know, God's with you. He's with me. We'll do this together, right? Like, that is your duty as a husband, to guide your family, to guide your wife as God guides you, and to help them not go astray, not to even let them go astray for a moment. I mean, if they go astray for a moment, like, even when you're trying not to, like, obviously that's their choice, but do whatever you can as a husband to keep your family stable, and to, you know, whether it takes denying your flesh and just just keeping the peace, you know? So if you're a man and you're watching this video right now, just take these necessary steps that you need. Like, even though you're not married right now, you just learn these opportunities and really learn about what it means to provide, protect, and lead. Now, obviously you can't do that with your wife, so I don't know, just provide for your friends, provide for your family in any way you can. When it comes to protection, like protect your dog or something, like if you have kids, protect your kids, like, and same thing goes for leading, like lead your kids, like, and lead anyone who is struggling in their relationship with God. Just whatever it takes, whatever steps you can take right now to become that godly husband that your future wife deserves, take it. Because right now, like I said, and I can't stress this enough, there is no better time than right now to start preparing for that big step in life. As for wives, and this one tends to be a bit more controversial because, especially with how feminism is nowadays. No offense to any feminists out there, but as for wives, and this one tends to be the most controversial, especially with how feminism is today. But as a wife, your duty is to submit to your husband. As for wives, and this one tends to be a bit more controversial, especially with how feminism is today. But as a wife, your duty is to submit to your husbands. It says in 1 Peter 3:1. So what does that mean? I mean, it says it in a lot of other places too. I might put them down here. But let me just quickly say what that does not mean. Like, it doesn't mean just treating your husband like a god and just always bowing down to him, just doing whatever he wants without any questions. It doesn't mean, just, I don't know, just like not to treat him like he owns you, essentially. But no, what this does mean is that you surrender to your husband as you surrender to God, as we all surrender to God. And you really just trust your husband enough to guide you and to lead you to God and to lead you to a place where you will be satisfied, and to just truly rest and trust that he's got it. Just trust that your husband knows what he's doing and that he's going to lead you to a place that you're going to be happy in. And also, it just means to do things for him that he would appreciate, like with the knowledge of knowing that he does whatever he can to keep you under his roof, to keep you well fed in a comfortable bed with good food, good clothes, and good water, and overall just to live a good life, So do things for him, because although men are called to provide for their wives, it always feels like abuse when a man does something for you, does something for his wife, like does something so nice for him, and the wife just doesn't even do anything back, Now, of course, it doesn't exactly mean you always have to repay him. Like, simply just saying thank you, or I appreciate you, or I love you so much for doing this. Like, you're awesome. Like that alone is already great. But sometimes just the words aren't enough, As you guys know, in your relationship with God, you can say how much you love him, but if your actions prove otherwise, then you don't really love him. Like, actions always speak louder than words. Words mean more. Now, they mean a lot. But again, actions mean something else entirely, Just I don't know, just as a wife, just if your husband is out working and he comes home super tired, run up to him and just hug him, kiss him, tell him hey, I'm so glad you're back. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for working so hard for me and working hard for our family. And I don't know, cook him dinner every once in a while. Just I know I know that's gonna sound triggering, but maybe like give him a massage if he needs one. And I don't know, just really just look after him, you know. And if he's sick, take the day off to take care of him, you know, because, and I don't know, maybe even have sex every once in a while. Again, I know all of this is probably going to trigger a lot of women. I know that. But as a wife, like I said, you are meant to do these things for your husband, not because you have to, but because you love him and you appreciate him so much that you know deep down in your heart that he deserves this love and this validation that you have to offer. And as his wife, that's essentially your duty, to continue to give yourself to him as he gives himself to you, so you can both have a happy marriage. And again, I know this like sounds a lot like torture, but you do these things or anything else that your husband will appreciate, I promise you, he will move mountains for you. That is a promise. It started raining again, so it's going to be a bit noisy, but 2 more big things you can do right now to prepare for marriage is practice dying to yourself and keeping your covenant with God as long as you possibly can. The reason why is because when people get married, they think that the so-called honeymoon phase, which is the phase that everything goes well, you know, you're in love with your spouse, you guys have sex like 4 times a week, 5, 6 times, I don't know, and you have, like, every day's just a happy day, you always have a smile on your face, you guys are just, you're living a good life, and they think it lasts forever when they get married, but I mean, I'm not speaking from experience, but that couldn't be further from the truth. And because when married couples most likely get into one bad argument or someone who makes one terrible mistake, they think, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be with this person. Divorce. No. That, people think that marriage is the key to happiness, but when they set like way too high expectations for that type of marriage and they don't get met, they just give up too easily. But that is not even close to what marriage is. Like I said in my last video, marriage is a covenant, a decision you make to God and to your spouse to spend the rest of your life with this person, even if there are times when all you want to do is just sign the divorce papers, you know? And you guys have to understand that when you're choosing to live your life as a godly husband or a godly wife, there are going to be times when you genuinely just don't love your spouse. You don't love your husband, you don't love your wife. There are going to be times when, I don't know, you two will have disagreements. You're going to argue over things that don't matter. Like, aren't going to matter tomorrow. Or you guys aren't always going to want to be intimate with one another. You guys are sometimes going to give each other the silent treatment. Like, those types of things aren't going to happen because we're all human. None of us are perfect. None of us. And people think that when this time comes in marriage, they think that's when the marriage is over. But that's not true. That's not at all true. In fact, it's on the contrary. That is actually when your love for the other person is tested the most. When you feel like giving up, like signing the divorce papers, going back to bad habits, going to nightclubs, doing one-night stands, or whatever it is, don't. Just don't. If you truly love your spouse, even if you don't love your spouse right now, but if you truly love your spouse, you will do whatever it takes to keep your marriage alive. And even if it kills you inside, you know? And if you do this, marriage still won't be the key to happiness. It never was. You know, marriage was never the key to happiness. But it will add to your joy and your love and your intimacy, not only with your spouse, but with God, as well as your family. And it will truly feel like a blessing when you stick through your marriage through the hardest times. Because everyone can stick through the easiest times when everybody's happy, they're so joyful, and they love the other person so much. Everybody can do that. What everyone can't do is actually love the person even when, like, your spouse is driving you bonkers. Now, there's actually a lot more on the topic of divorce, but I think I'll just leave that for another video, maybe a marriage part 3. Because this one's already gone long enough, and I'm so hungry and thirsty, so, yeah. Last thing I'll say, and I really can't stress this enough, but don't rush it. Because it's so, and this is something I'm guilty of, but it's so easy to want to rush marriage and just try to find a wife while we're still young, or try to find a husband while you're still young. But really, like, I've gone through a lot of conviction on this part, but really just don't rush it. You know, take your time. I promise, like, the world's not going to end tomorrow if you aren't married by then. You know, that's, and the thing about love is that even if you get married when you're like 40 years old, love makes you feel young. You know, like, love is like such a powerful thing that, like, even you see all those elderly couples, like, they're still like madly in love with each other and just like they still act like children even though they're like 80, 90 years old, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world. But again, like, even if it takes you like so much longer than you want to find a wife or find a husband, I promise you, if it is God's timing, it is perfect. But as for right now, just take all of the steps that you need as a man or as a woman to become the person who is ready for your spouse. And even if it takes you like months or years, or like as far as maybe over a decade, just do it. Because I think, I'm trying to think who said it, but I think it was like William Wallace from Braveheart or something. I'll put it here just to be sure. But it says, like, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Again, I don't know if that was from Braveheart. Maybe it was, but I might have to watch that movie again. It's such a good movie. Highly recommend it. But yeah, just don't rush it. You know, brother to brother, brother to sister, don't rush it. Also, if you're with someone right now, just ask God to lead that relationship and to guide you to, and to see if this relationship really brings you closer to Him. And this doesn't go the same way if you're married, because if you're married, God hates divorce, so He's not going to break you up if you guys aren't married. But if you're with someone right now, and you aren't married, and this person is not bringing you closer to God, God will unfortunately break you up. Fortunately and unfortunately. But it's not to punish you, but it's to protect you from a relationship that won't last anyway. But if you continue to stay in that relationship, it will most likely lead to spiritual emptiness. And I promise, if you love God that much, that is not what you want. And also, while you're preparing for your spouse, just consider praying for them. You know? That really helps your spouse as well as yourself. Like, and it just makes it all the more satisfying when you unite. So, really. This video has gone on for so long now, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. God bless y'all. Bye.